Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. My name is Jenifer, and last week I did a sunset type of look. It had a lot of pinks and oranges, and you guys really enjoyed that. So I thought I would come back this week and do another spin-off of that. And this look is very much lavender and lemony type of vibe, lots of purples and some yellows. And before I do a close-up of this look, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. If you haven't seen my sunset look, I will link it above and down below as well, so you guys can go check that out. So let me zoom you on in closer so you can see the final look. So if you want to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. Okay, so I did my base off camera just to kind of speed things along a little bit, but I used the primer, the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, which I'm loving right now. And then I used the Huda Beauty Foundation in the shade Latte. This is kind of my summer shade. I used my Tarte Shapetape Concealer in light neutral. And then for setting powder, I used my Hourglass Veil because I love this stuff. It makes your skin look so good. And then bronzer, I used my Hoola bronzer. I stopped using this for a while just because I felt it was getting boring. But I recently picked it up again and I am falling in love with it all over again. So that's what I have on my base right now. I didn't apply highlighter or anything yet. So let's get into the eye look. First product I'm using is my Louise Base in Rumour 0. This is their pure white shade. And I love this primer, especially if you're doing colored looks, because it makes the colors pop. So I'm going to just apply a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to apply that all over my eye. And to apply it, I'm just using a small sponge, and these I think I got from Ulta. They came in a 3-pack, and I love them for the eye area. They're small enough, and I feel like I can get from corner to corner of my eye area really nicely. Okay, so for my first shade, I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, and I'm going to use this light pinky lavender color right here. And I'm just going to apply that in my crease as kind of my transition shade / starting shade. Before. I love it. Even though it has some colors in it, I feel like it's still a really pretty everyday palette, and the colors that are in it are very soft. They're not too vibrant, which is why I think it also makes a really good everyday palette, because if you wanted a little pop of color one day, you know, if you're going to work or something, but you don't want anything too crazy, this is a really, really, really good option. So I'm still taking that shade. It's Libra. I just noticed that they have the shade names under the colors, but the font is almost like that rainbow holographic, so I didn't see it against the plastic. Learn something new every day. But yeah, so I'm taking that shade Libra, I'm putting it in my crease, and I have hooded eyes like I've mentioned, so I always blend it pretty far above my crease, just so that way when I'm finished with the look, you can still see it. And I'm just doing windshield wiper motions just to bring the color from corner to corner. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So that looks pretty good. And next up, I'm going to dive into, let's see, what color do I want to do next? I think I'm going to take my Norvina palette, and this is volume 4. And I'm going to take the shade C4, which is this darker lavender color, and I'm going to put that in the crease and blend it slightly up. I don't want to completely cover that first shade I put down, but I do want to blend the two. So this is going to be kind of like my middle color, if you will. And I'm just using the same brush. Now remember, when you do your eye looks, just take your time with it. I know sometimes blending can seem like it takes forever, and I take a little bit of product at a time, and every time I dip my brush, I always tap off the excess just to help with any fallout that might fall onto my face. And I've noticed that it also helps to not put too much product down at one time, but just move slow with your blending by picking up a small amount of product at a time. It actually makes your look come together a little bit quicker, just because you don't have to spend so much time blending out harsh lines or trying to fix a certain area that may have grabbed too much product. So slow and steady wins the race in this case. So again, I'm just using my windshield wiper motions, and I am blending upward. And if for any of you that have green eyes, I was going to say purple eyes, green eyes, purples are so great for green-eyed people because it makes your green eyes pop, mainly because purple is opposite of green in the color wheel. So it's really going to make your green eyes pop for those of you that have green eyes. Shade, and then I'm actually going to switch brushes. I'm going to go to my cheap Estee Lauder brush, which is my super fluffy brush right here, and I'm still going to take some of that C4 shade from the Norvina palette, and I'm just going to concentrate it on my crease area. And one thing that I do, which I probably didn't mention in my other videos, but if you notice this brush, it's on an angle. So when I do my right eye, I have the angle going up. So the shorter part of the brush down here goes in my crease, and I just do windshield wiper motions. And I feel like this really helps to blend out the color. And then when I do my left eye, I actually do the same thing. So the short side goes in my crease and the longer bristles go right above my crease. And I just feel like it helps to put the color where it's supposed to go and blend it out. I absolutely love this brush, and it's kind of one of those unexpected loves, because typically when I get cheap brushes like this from, you know, free gifts or whatever, I usually just throw them out. I never even try them. I'm just like, oh, they're cheap, they're not gonna work. I love the brushes I have. But for some reason I decided to try these, and I'm so glad I did, because I absolutely love them. Okay, so let me zoom you in real quick so you can see what the crease looks like so far, and then we'll go and apply our lid shade and maybe touch up the crease if we need to afterwards. So here's what the crease looks like so far. So you can see it's just a medium toned look with some lavender in it. Really, really pretty. I think I'm actually gonna dip into my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. I know I've been using this so much recently, but it's just such a good palette, especially for summer, because you have your neutrals and then you have your pops of color, which I love. So from her palette, I'm gonna dip into the shade Not My Journey, which is this super bright purple down here at the bottom. And I'm just taking that on a flat shader brush, tapping off the excess, and I'm just going to apply that to my lid. Now, because I have hooded eyes, I go slightly above the crease, and mainly I do that because if I don't, then my crease color will blend with my lid color, and so kind of at the end of the day, I have more crease color than I do lid color, if that makes sense. So that's why I always like to take my lid color just slightly above the crease, so that way it doesn't blend as much, and then as I blink and, you know, go about my day, they kind of blend in the middle, and it's just a really pretty fade. So I like to start out just tapping it in the middle of my eye and start working it outward. And especially with pigmented colors or dark colors, you never want to drag, because that will create some fallout. So you always want to make sure you're tapping and pressing the color on your eye. Otherwise, you could have fallout. And I know sometimes with pigments, when they fall down here, you can go to wipe them and then they kind of smear. So you just want to be careful, but tapping and pushing the product onto your eyelid is the best way to apply it. Applying my lid color, and I'm going to take my Estee Lauder brush again, and I'm going to dip back into that C4 color from the Norvina palette, and I'm just going to reblend my crease a little bit. And if you guys hear some weird noises or some sighing or just anything weird, random, my dogs are laying in the bed, or not the bedroom, but the room I'm filming in. And so one dog is underneath me, and then one dog is behind me, and the dog that's behind me is my girl dog, and she just had surgery earlier this week, or a week ago, and so the pain meds that she has to take make her very, very tired, and she's part bulldog, so she snores so loud. So I'm hoping that she doesn't start snoring, but if you hear anything, it's most likely her behind me. Okay, so I'm going to take that Norvina color again, and I'm just going to blend out the outer edge of my lid color and kind of concentrate it in my crease. And when I blend out this lid color, I like to keep it very concentrated on the outer line of that lid color. I don't want to blend it too far down because then I'm going to take away the pigment from my lid color. And when you guys do looks like this, just remember that yes, you are using only 3 colors, which is pretty easy. So I'm just going to dust my under eye area. I didn't see any fallout on the skin, but sometimes the particles are so tiny that you can't really see them. So I just like to brush it away just in case. And I don't know what I'm feeling for the under eye, to be completely honest. Originally, I was thinking about doing like a bright pop of yellow underneath because I think that would be really kind of cool. But now I don't know if I should do a dark purple or not. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm just going, I'm kind of a perfectionist in a little bit of the, you know, I'm kind of a little bit of a perfectionist with some things. So I always just see like one minuscule spot and I'm like, oh, let me blend that. Or, oh, let me just add a hair of pigment more, you know. So I eventually have to tell myself, like, Jonah, just stop because you're going to be here all day. So let's see. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I go with yellow or dark purple? Or I guess I could do both. So let's see. Let me swatch them for you guys. So here's the colors. I don't know if you can see them that well with the light. But the yellow is like a super bright neon yellow, and then it is matte, and then the purple is the lid color that I have on. Okay, so I think I'm going to do yellow on my lower lash line. I normally don't do like yellows or anything on my lower lash line, but I thought it might be kind of cool. Okay, so I actually just messaged one of my really good friends and I asked her, should I do yellow or purple? And she said yellow too, so we're gonna go with yellow. So the yellow I'm going to use is from the Norvina Volume 4 palette. It is the shade D2, which is this one right here. And I'm going to, oh my gosh, I have stuff everywhere. So I'm going to take this flat liner brush, and first I'm going to use this brush to stamp it along my lower lash line, and then I'll go in with a different brush to apply more products and to blend it out. Okay, so I kind of have it lightly stamped on my lower lash line, and then I'm going to take this brush. This is from, where is this brush from? I think it's from Crown Brushes, and it's their C408 Chisel Shader, and it looks like this, but it's a very dense brush, and I love this brush for my lower lash line because I feel like I can blend out the product really nicely while applying more for pigmentation. So I'm just going to go over my lower lash line. Okay, so it kind of looks crazy right now, but I'm going to start blending it out and then reapplying more as needed. And to blend it out, I'm going to take my Morphe 562 brush, and it's just this one. It's super fluffy, and I'm just going to start blending out the lower lash line. yellow is really, really cool. I like it a lot. It's a little light. I wanted something more of a pop. So I'm going to take the yellow from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, which is the shade No Joke. And I'm just going to take it on my, the first brush I used, which is this flat one. And I'm just going to push this one along the lash line. This one is definitely a better yellow, and it's kind of nice because the yellow from the Norvina palette, it almost is like the blender color for this one, and I'm super loving it right now. So this was a good decision. So thank you, Kimberly, for helping me decide. And for those of you that don't know, I'm like such an indecisive person. It takes me forever to make a decision with a lot of things, like even just stupid stuff, you know. And it drives my boyfriend crazy because, I mean, he could ask me at 8 in the morning, where do we want to eat for dinner? And I won't know until we're literally driving in the car somewhere. But I'm not surprised my friend Kimberly picked yellow because yellow is her favorite color and she hates the color purple. So I don't know why I was thinking that maybe she would say purple, but knowing her, nope, she's all about yellow. But it was definitely a good choice. I'm loving this. So I'm just blending out that yellow color. Okay, so the last thing I want is an inner corner highlight, of course. So because we've got some purple vibes going on, I'm going to take the Kat Von D, what is this palette called? It's so old. Oh, the Alchemist Holographic palette. And I'm taking the Ultraviolet Amethyst, which was this middle color. It's super bright, but it's got a purple hue to it, which I love for this look, especially with the purples that we have going on. So I'm just going to take this little cheap Estee Lauder brush, and I'm going to use that for my inner corner. This color is so pretty, especially when you do purple looks. I love it. I don't know why, but on Halloween every single year, I always do a like a purple on the lid, and then I do black in the crease, and I kind of smoke it out. And I always use this highlight shade as my inner corner highlight because I think it's just so pretty. And it goes so well with any purple look or dark look. I love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can kind of see where we are, and then I'm gonna go off camera and do my liner. But then I'll come back this time and do mascara and my lashes on camera so we can see the look come together all at once. So here is the look so far. So pretty. I love it. And you can see Mother Nature came to visit me this week, totally unannounced, which is not amazing, but it is what it is. So, alright, so I'm going to go do my liner real quick, and then I will be right back. Alright, you guys, so I did my liner, so it looks a little more put together. So for liner, I used my Essence Liquid Ink Eyeliner. It's this one for my winged liner. And then for the lower lash line, I always use the Essence, what is it called? The Extreme Lasting Waterproof Eye Pencil. And this is by Essence as well. I love Essence eyeliners and mascaras. I think they work so well and they're super affordable. I think eyeliners and mascaras range from $2.99 to $4.99, and I absolutely love them. They are my go-to every day. So for mascara, I'm going to use the Essence Get Big Lashes Volume Boost. It's waterproof. Now, the reason I always use waterproof eyeliner and mascara is that my outer corners in my eyes water all the time. all the time. And typically, I actually never put eyeliner on my lower lashes because over time, my lower lashes are really long. So then I always get smears under here, and I don't like that. It drives me crazy. So I really try not to do mascara on my lower lashes because of that. So I'm just taking this. It is a huge wand, but I absolutely love it. It makes your lashes look so good. Typically when I do mascara too, I don't do a lot. I don't do heavy coats or 2 coats. So the reason for that is if I put too much mascara on my top lashes, then they get so long that they will leave mascara marks up on my brow bone. And so I don't like that either. So I just do a light coat just to darken them and kind of separate them a little bit. But my trick is the false lashes. So for today, I'm going to go in with my Faux Mink lashes. They are Farrah number 12 from Huda Beauty. This is what the carton looks like. It is super gross, super dirty, but I love them. And I store them in the carton when I'm done at the end of the day, just to keep them nice. And I'm just applying my favorite lash glue. Okay, so I just used my favorite lash glue. It is the Velour Lash Glue. I get this from Ulta. It's one of my favorites. I've tried the Duo Lash Glue and it was okay. I would always have my lashes start to pop off throughout the day. It didn't really stick that well. And I love the Velour because it's a brush applicator versus, you know, squeezing lash glue out of a tube. So I love that. And it just literally, when you use it, your lashes stay all day. It's my favorite. I tried House of Lashes lash glue one time. That stuff is like concrete. It actually ripped out like 4 of my lashes when I was trying to take it off. It did not budge. That is something that you use if you're going to freaking like the Met Gala or something and you're gonna be, you know, you need to be a 10 all night because that stuff just did not come off. So my lashes are ready, so I'm gonna apply them. Okay, so while I have one lash on, I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see the difference that lashes make. Okay, so look at the difference that lashes make. They honestly make every look so pretty. You can see it just, the lashes go from short to long, so you get this really elongated eye on this side, and then just kind of like a pretty eye, everyday eye. But lashes just change your look altogether. It's amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to apply the other lash because it's ready. Okay, so there you go. It looks so put together. It looks so pretty. I love the way it turned out. So now to finish up this look, I'm going to do lips, and because I have a lot going on the top, I'm going to do kind of a more natural lip. I love a good nude lip, so I'm going to use the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner Pencil in the shade Mason. Dark brown lip liner, and then I'm going to go in with my Dose of Colors lipstick in the shade Butterscotch. I've been loving this color lately. It's the perfect nude for me, and it is a brown nude, which I love because probably by now you guys know I don't like most nudes because they're too pink for me. So I'm going to pop this in the middle. So pretty. And then what I like to do is I love to take my lip liner again and then go back over where the two colors meet and just kind of blend them together a little bit more. And it always creates this like really pretty ombre effect, which I love. So now we need to do highlight, and then I think that completes the look. Okay, so for highlight, I'm just taking my favorite highlight brush from Morphe and some Morphe setting. Oh my gosh, Jenna, can you talk today? Morphe setting spray, and I'm just going to get the brush a little bit wet, and then I'm going to go in. I have to dig for the rest of my makeup. I have so much that I don't know where I stored it all because my makeup is stored in like 3 different rooms in my house. So I know I have other highlight palettes, but I can't find them. So I'm just going to go in with my Bretman Rock Morphe collab, and I'm going to go in with the shade Get Laid, which is this really pretty one at the bottom. Take up a little bit more highlight because I think I want a little extra zhuzh today. I don't know if that's a word, but it's a word now. Zhuzh. I say it all the time. I think it's such a fun word. And it's interesting because I used to live on the East Coast, born and raised, grew up, and I just recently kind of moved to California. So a lot of the words that I grew up saying that other people have said is like a foreign language to a lot of the Californian people out here. So sometimes I say a word and people are like, what does that mean? Like, you've never heard that word? It's just kind of funny how like in different parts of the country, people use different languages or different words to describe different things. I love it. Okay, so I think I am fully highlighted to the max. I probably could keep going and go completely overboard because I've done that so many times. But I think I'm done for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. And if you haven't already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Let me zoom you in one more time so you can kind of see the final look all together. So here is the final look. So pretty. I'm loving these ombre lips with the purple. And then let me zoom you in a little closer for the eye look. So here is the final look on the eyes. So pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Like I said, if you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and you want to make sure you hit that bell notification so that way you're notified every single time I upload. I know the past couple looks I've done have been bright, vibrant, colorful looks, but I do have some neutral looks coming, so you want to stay tuned for those. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all very soon. Bye guys.